we can make a difference. I introduced a job bill that would fix our schools around the country, that would fix our parks by hiring young people, that would support our neighborhood heroes, our teachers, hire more teachers, firefighters, policemen, that would create a health care corps of workers, that would create a child care corps of workers, 2.2 million new jobs. And you know what? Some of my colleagues say, well, those aren't real jobs.
Hey viewers, hey, thanks for watching another episode, and thanks for hanging out with me for the next few minutes. So the protests are still going on, and from the looks of it, they are spreading. And is that really a surprise? From the instant communication capabilities we have to our social networking outlets, protests started, the big one started in Tunisia, they spread all through the Middle East. They're still going on in the Middle East. They spread to Europe. They're still going on in Europe, and what a surprise. They have arrived on our doorstep with these Wall Street protests. And they're going city to city, Chicago, New York, everywhere. California. It's not a surprise. And I've already said what I think about the protests, and recently, so has the Democratic Party. And honestly, this was just a matter of time. There's no way that the Democratic Party didn't want this. They wanted this. They want this AstroTurf uprising because this is going to give, well, they think is going to give them more legitimacy in an election, which it's not, and this is going to backfire, and this is going to bite them hard. I guarantee it. This is going to get out of control. Now, I'm demonizing the Democratic Party, but that's how easy is that? I could just say, yeah, some guy I heard or read or listened to who might have been affiliated with the Democratic Party had this to say about the protest. But no. I have quotes from leading House members and council chair members. So the first one is Democratic Caucus Chairman John Larson. He is the fourth ranking House Democrat. And he had this to say, quote, "The silent masses aren't so silent anymore. They're not so silent anymore. They are fighting to give voice to the struggles that everyday Americans are going through. I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? I'm an everyday American. I go to school, I come home, there's TV shows I like. I'm an average American. And I am not for these protests at all. So, no. The struggles that has nothing to do with what I think they have, or for what they think has to do with the struggles that they're going through." He also had this to say, quote, "While I don't condone their every action, I applaud their standing up for what they believe in," end quote. So I guess, when South Carolina seceded from the Union, I don't believe in I'm not condoning everything they do, like slavery and seceding from the Union. But hey, I applaud them for standing up for what they believe in. Yeah, way to think that one through. All right, another guy. Louis Slaughter, Democrat, New York, said this: "It's time for all Americans to pay their fair share." Don't forget that. All Americans. Now, sure, he could be saying all Americans because I guess the rich were exempt from everything else, which is totally lunacy. But I think it's all Americans. It's time for everyone. Everybody. This is, like I said, this is not reform. This is revolution. It is time for everyone to pay their fair share. And this is still the quote. And I'm so proud to see the Occupy Wall Street movement standing up to this rampant corporate greed and peacefully participating in our democracy, end quote. So I guess defecating on police cars and attempting to storm museums because they have a drone on display is now the new normal, the new peaceful. That's the you're cool if you start pooping on cars, you're fine. If you just want to storm into buildings, that's peaceful. That's my right. I could poop on any car I want to in my protest. Again, who's writing these speeches for these guys? They got to be ad-libbing because the stuff doesn't make any sense. All right, Representative Raul, I can't pronounce his last name, but he's a Democrat in Arizona, and Keith Ellison, Democrat in Minnesota, who are co-chairs of the Congressional Progressive Caucus. You can just call that the Congressional Socialism Caucus. I mean, there's no difference. They said in a joint statement, so they're getting together. Oh, yeah, let's write something together so we can both take the heat for the stupid things we say. They were, quote, inspired. Okay, when you're inspired, that means they put the fire in your heart to go and do stuff that you wouldn't have done before because either they didn't put it in a context that really clicked for you, or now there's just more people, so you're not afraid to stand up to really do what you believe in. So they were inspired by the ongoing protests. So whatever that means, I don't know. So are they going to go poop on cars too? Hey, that guy inspired me. I'm going to go poop on every car I see. And then liberal hero Russ Feingold. I mean, this really isn't a surprise. He lost the Wisconsin Senate seat last year. What a surprise, Feingold. And he endorsed the protests. Oh, and I found some more context on the reasons why they're protesting. And this is from these campaigns, these protest campaigns. Here's one. Corporate support for mortgage foreclosures. What the heck does that mean? Do they mean there's a conglomerate of corporate, a big conspiracy, a conglomerate conspiracy that just wants to foreclose every house in America? So they're scheming like, let's close. We'll start with 1420 Deer Lane Drive and we'll go down the. What are they talking about? Next, bank bailouts, global warming, and this is my favorite: the torture of, quote, non-human animals. So, I like that, non-human animals. Is there any, for those of you who are on the fence about these protests, is there any more evidence that needs to be shown to you that these are illegitimate, shallow, and anti-American protests? And as Mark Levin would say, there, I said it, anti-American. I need to make it perfectly clear to my viewers where I stand on this. And like I said in the past blog, they can protest all they want to, but I give no legitimacy to this group. None. Nothing. And as far as legitimacy of the Democratic Party, they are on thin ice. Thin ice. They're laughable. Their whole party is sinking into some abyss. They are so twisted and convoluted that tyranny is seeping from their eyeballs. Now listen to this from President Obama.
My expectation and hope is that everybody will vote for this jobs bill because it reflects those ideas that traditionally have been supported by both Democrats and Republicans. If it turns out that there are Republicans who are opposed to this bill, they need to explain to me, but more importantly to their constituencies and the American people, why they're opposed and what
everybody. Everybody should and must vote for this bill because it is so flawless, it is so pristine and genius that if anyone disagrees, does not want to sign this bill, they must answer to me and explain, not just to me, but to their constituents as well. That's a side note. The constituents, whatever. They need to explain to me why they disagree with this jobs bill and what would they do. This is the seeping tyranny from their eyeballs. This is part of the seepage. Right now they're wiping it off, but soon it's just going to flow. Here's another thing he said. Watch this.
The biggest headwind the American economy is facing right now is uncertainty about Europe because it's affecting global markets. the slowdown that we're seeing is not just happening here in the United States. It's happening everywhere. And uncertainty around Greece and their ability to pay their debts runs on in the capital markets, on the debt that many of these southern European countries have been facing, as well as Ireland and Portugal. All that's put severe strain on the world financial system.
When I was little and my brother and I got in a fight or something, and I said, "But he started first," and Mom goes, "I don't care who started. You need to stop it." You see any typology there? Oh, it's not. If Europe would get its act together, it's not like we're spending trillions of dollars of money that we don't have. I mean, it's all Europe's fault. If they would just stop messing everything up, then we'd be cool. We'd be cool. No. It's not. Okay, yeah. It's undeniable that the world market is in strain and is part of the euro, but we can't. Why do we link our economic success or failure on Southern Europe economic success and failure? Might be because all the economies are linked, because back in the 60s, 50s, they wanted to link everyone's economies together, so nuclear war was illogical, because if one country is at the war, that means their economy would crumble. That might be something, but you can't blame everything on. That's what he does, though. If it was just this, if that were better, then I could do everything perfectly. Last thing, and we'll finish. I know it's long. Take a look at what he says, and we'll end on this.
The overall portfolio has been successful. It has allowed us to help companies, for example, start advanced battery manufacturing here in the United States. It's helped to create jobs. There were going to be some companies that did not work out. Solyndra was one of them.
This one is perhaps my favorite of the montage. So my first question is this. Overall success? No. There is overwhelming proof that there is no overall success of anything. A 9.1 employment rate is not successful. The fact that there's a bigger percentage of wood and fire producing energy than there is solar, wind, and any other alternate energy combined doesn't show me any success. Secondly, what the heck is advanced battery production? What is he talking about? Is it fusion batteries? Because actually it'd be kind of cool. If like tomorrow they said, "Oh, we got a fusion battery because Obama gave me $500 billion." All right, then I'd be putting a blog up tomorrow and saying, "Okay, that worked because fusion batteries are pretty awesome." If you ever seen The Saint, the movie The Saint, yeah, that fusion's pretty cool. Or it'd be sweet if they had like a everlasting gobstopper battery. That would be awesome too. However, I did see the commercial for the next movie, the Willy Wonka and the Advanced Battery Factory. That looked pretty good. I don't think that what's his name is going to be in it this time. Captain Jack Sparrow, whatever his name. Anyways, Thin Ice, Democratic Party, laughable. Thanks for watching. Power you to take out this country.
Someone I am is waiting for chorus.